intro. All right, league number 2. Jun Shadow, deck tech right after. Yeah, so like game 1, I felt pretty okay. Went into game 2, and all I saw in game 2 that made me think of, or made anybody think of, like, Assault Loam was 1 copy of Life from the Loam, but never saw a Seismic Assault or anything like that. So I didn't board as if it were a Loam deck. Like, I just figured, okay, maybe it's like a value Loam to ghost quarter people out or something. So I just, like, didn't bring in Assassin's Trophies, didn't bring in Soul Guide Lanterns, and it punished me hard game 3. But it was really sweet match. Alright. Intro, Jun Shadow. Not a whole lot's changed about the deck in the last, like, week or so. The main board is still the main that we played in the challenge last Saturday. So if you're looking for, like, a decently tested starting main, this is a good place for you. Sideboard, the only changes that I've made are the engineered explosives over... What? Was the engineered explosives over? Don't even remember my own list. Failing miserably at this. Totally not scrolling through Goldfish right now to try to find it. Oh, Tin the Pest. We've got an engineered explosives, or 2 damping spheres over 2 Tin the Pests, and an engineered explosives over a K command. So this is what we're going for. Yeah, you had a lot of push post board. I run 3 Croaks and no other creatures. Right, like, I was boarding, like I said, like it was a traditional Jund, and was just expecting, like, Tarmogoyfs any second, and never saw them. I think game 2, I died with, like, 3 fatal pushes in hand. Just, like, couldn't do anything. Alright, so this is what we're going with. Let's jump into our first match. See what happens. Jun Shadow. No Tin the Pest. Bench would not be happy. Bench usually isn't too happy with me anyway. So. A kid. Alright, Thought Season to Tarmogoyf. So, this is the kind of hand that I have to point out every now and then. When you're playing with, like, Dark Confidant in your deck and some of these shadow builds, you're not leading off on Thought Season to Dark Confidant. That's like not getting your game over with quickly. We're going Swift Spear. Now we're just going to take Eidolon. Like, we were just 100% a get the game over with quick kind of deck. Alright, Shadow's a decent pickup. Let's just get basic Mountain here. Play Tarmogoyf. Say go. Bobble's a pretty nice pickup. Now I get to grow this Tarmogoyf even more. Looks like they're going for an end of turn Skullcrack. Down second Tarmogoyf. So if opponent goes for like Helix, sure. If they go for like Swift Spear, attack, try to get this Skewer online, then I just get to like follow up with a Shadow. I guess this does grow Tarmogoyf. I know they can respond with like Fetch Shock, Skullcrack. Yep. Alright, so you've got to have 2 1-mana burn spells in your 3 cards. That does not do it. Alright, so Crox's coming in. Trophy roll. Triumph is Hex Drinkers, What about like that? I feel like this Burn's not really a matchup that we're too teched for. But hey, you get enough Thought Seizes and Tarmogoyfs, you'll be fine. The old Rift Bolt. Just get Swamp, Thought Seize. And I'm pretty positive we're just going to start jamming Tarmogoyfs like nobody's business. And Helix. Like, I'm thinking just basic Forest, Goyf into Goyf into Goyf into something later down the line. I could go basic Forest and Hex Drinker plus Thoughtseize. If they don't double spell here. Technically saving a life. But it also depends if I think that 1 life that I'm saving is worth the 3 damage or more that I'm giving up by not playing Tarmogoyf. Gonna get Forest and play Goyf. Kozilek's return in this matchup. It's a little bit awkward because like it's 3 mana. I don't really want 3 mana answers, and then it doesn't always kill everything. It's like with Swift Spears, if they just have like a big Swift Spear curve out, then there's a good chance that Kozilek's return's not doing anything. Alright. But it's going to have a draw of Sunbaked Canyon here. Draw for their next turn. I've got to start fading some stuff. I really want to start seeing, or them to start seeing the creature half of their deck. Goblin Guide, Swift Spears, things like that. Also interesting to note that if I had like Thought Seized plus Hex Drinker on turn 2, I could have taken a burn spell and not been dead to a Boros Charm here. Alright, we're putting them dead next turn. The answer is... just like a deflecting palm. Now we don't die to deflecting palm. I don't need to attack with everything, so not going to. Alright. So, crack the peatland there instead of going straight to combat, because if we draw like Inquisition or something, we can play around deflecting palm. We happen to draw Fatal Push, which plays around it as well, so... And then the attacking with one Tarmogoyf was because our 2 Tarmogoyfs were still lethal the next turn. Attacking with 2 doesn't change our clock, but it keeps 1 back for like a Swift Spear or Goblin Guide or something off the top. The old pray and hope. Always. Always the old pray and hope. Dito, how's it going? Kevin, why you gotta hate me so much? Oh, before I forget, Kevin. I put this. We're gonna do this at some point. I'm still like messing around with list and numbers, but it's gonna happen. Be prepared. I figured you might actually like that part. Alright. Co-stream. Absolutely co-stream. I'm not running Stone Forges by myself. Alright, are they on Sultai Lurrus? I really don't want them to be on Sultai Lurrus. Tap correctly. It would be sick indeed. I'll admit that part. Why does anybody play this deck? Ruin my 5-0s, that's why. Are you running Hex Drinker? Yes, I've got 2 copies of Hex Drinker, or 3 copies of Hex Drinker in the list. A pretty solid Magic card. I can set up polls for who has the better burns between the two of you. I mean, is it even up for, like, debate? Like, my burns are pretty great. Alright, we're just going to hit for 3, add Lurrus to the hand here. Right at the bottom again. I'm probably just going to aggressively go for a Battle Rage this turn. Ooh. Or am I just trying to get... No, I think I'm just taking my 3 here. Ah, this is close. I'm just going to take my 3. Lurrus Bobble. Sure. Taking my 3 there because if they like fetch or anything, I'm just presenting lethal. Be the most tumultuous stream in history. Probably pretty close to it, right? All right, let's get Scourge down here. Say go. Come on, just fetch one time. Fetch one time to go for this Bring to Light. All I need, opponent. That one little window. Not quite it. No. Stop it. Alright. So they Bring to Light for a Valky here. Unless they have a main board Damnation. Alright, we can beat Valky. Ha 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 ha. GG, right? Indeed. Indeed, GG. So, Veil, Soul Guy, Kroxa, not really anything else I'm particularly interested in. I don't think Damping Sphere is worth it just for Bring to Light into Valky on turn 5. Triumph's not worth it. EE I don't think is. Maybe Trophy because of like a Resolve Valky. Or having an answer to a Resolve Valky. Fatal Push, pretty subpar. Lava Man, pretty eh. Seal of Fire, pretty meh. I'm just gonna do like this and keep the Battle Rages in and just try to go for like the quick kill. It's a really terrible matchup for us anyway, so I kind of need to kill him before anything gets rolling. Vulgar, how's it going? Like, Trophy is a really good catch-all. You're right there. But I don't really know if we can afford to have, like, catch-alls in this matchup. I think I just need, like, get them deads in this matchup. Like, am I winning if Valky resolves? Doing good. It's good to hear. Appreciate you coming around and hanging out with us. Oh, bolt you in the face. My most favorite play in all of Magic. It's not my most favorite play in all of Magic. We're going to cast us a Tarmogoyf. Because I would rather have the Scourge down next turn with Veil, and I think if they have like a mana leak that they'll use it on this, so. This is my sacrificial Tarmogoyf Lamb. Oh my god, they countered it. Ah, how could they? Whatever you're thinking of doing, don't do it. Said no. All right. We've got lethal next turn if they don't have anything. So close. So close. And yet so very, very far. All right, what do we got? Yep. We'll give it one more draw. I swear it's like clockwork that they just have the main board Damnation. Abrupt Decay. Okay. You've got the Cryptic Command as well. I think the only way I have a chance here is to like draw Thoughtseize or Veil of Summer, or no, they just Valky here. All right, going into game 3. I still think the being aggressive plan is right. We don't really have a lot of good tools for this matchup. If we had 10 the Pest in the board, it would be in this matchup. But doesn't do much against Damnation. This is a pretty cool hand. What would be the best tools in the matchup, you think? Like Ashiok. But you can't play Ashiok with Lurrus. Lurrus is pretty good in the matchup, so we don't really want to lose access to it. So after that, more Veil of Summers and Tend the Pests. But if they bring the light for a Damnation, kind of just like SOL there. Maybe Thrun the Last Troll. The real answer we need. Alright, am I leading on Hex Drinker or am I leading on Inquisition? If I lead on Inquisition, I can't play Shadow until... I can play Shadow turn 2. But... I think I'm going to go turn 1 Inquisition. Yeah. It's like only Fatal Push that really screws up turn 1 Hex Drinker. I think I'm just going to do it. I think I'm just going to go turn 1 Hex Drinker. Valky's so rough for Jund style decks. Trophy Valky usually isn't a winning line. Usually you just lose to Valky. Exactly. Go Thoughtseize so I can play Shadow if I want. Oh, their hand is bad. Their hand is real bad. Let's get Shadow down under Counter Magic. Say go. What's the one of Lavamancer in the list for? Heliod mostly, but it's also got a lot of use against things like Hammer Time that you randomly see every now and then for whatever reason. It's good against really any of the small creature decks. I didn't know about the Polluted Delta last turn. Or did I? I did. I clicked off of it. Never mind. Now we're absolutely trying to ride this Hex Drinker to victory. Like 100%. We'll Inquisition in case they drew something like an Archmage's Charm. If they go to steal my Shadow, I can still bolt it before it grows. Or they counter this, and so they probably die here. Alright, we're gonna throw a lightning bolt to your face and see if you're still breathing afterwards. Did you end up 5-0 with the previous list? Missed the tail end. Yes, we somehow did trophy with the Shadow Rogue list. Taking them off Ketria Triumph stops the hard cast Valky. I did not know that. I didn't know they only had one red source. That's really awesome. Grixism coming in with 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. We got Kalino Roa, Nigerian Prince, trademarked, Neat Pete, Electric Bob, and Ralphamundo. Welcome to the subscribers. Enjoy access to all of our sweet custom Death Shadow emotes. Appreciate y'all so much for hanging around. Take this up for the love of Shadow. A pretty good way of polishing that off. Nice comment. I approve. Oh, we're up against our arch nemesis, Hex Drinker 9. We only have Hex Drinker 3 in our deck. Yep, welcome to all of our new subscribers. Welcome to the action, where we play Shadow all day, every day. 'Cause that's what I want to do. Yep, Kalino, Electric Bob. Welcome to the subscribers. Is Bring to Light only for Valky, or can you do other busted shit? They can always Bring to Light for like a God, why can I not think of words? Damnation. The worst card in all of Magic, Shadow's Verdict. You hear me complain about that one a lot. Alright. So it looks like Ponza. If that's the case, I'm just going to fetch up a basic mountain here and play my Scourge off that. They can bolt it, which kinda sucks, but I would rather like make them do that and be able to deal with the Blood Moon. In that deck specifically, yeah, that one, it's like Valky or Damnation. Some of the other variants, you might have better options, but... You have an Arbor Elf? No elf. I would love to see a Lightning Bolt right here. Lightning Bolt, Thoughtseize. Not so much that one. So playing Verdant Catacombs here in case I need to get basic Forest. Alright, what do we got? You have another Lightning Bolt. It'd be pretty bad for the home team. Stomp. I'm okay with Stomp. You have another Stomp. You actually have another Stomp. Ew. Alright. Let's regroup. It's Thoughtseize isn't bad here, so I could go Thoughtseize, add Lurrus to my hand. And I can even get my basic Forest. How's the Grievous of Lavamancers doing in your list? So it's really funny because apparently I've got a good luck charm of drawing Grim Lavamancers in the matchups that like I really want to see Grim Lavamancer and not seeing it as much in the other matchups. And it's pretty hilarious. Like we've seen it in the blind against against Hammer Time, against Heliod, against humans, I think. Alright. So, I could fetch Shock to 8, Lurrus plus Scourge. I could fetch shock to 8 Lurrus Shadow Seal of Fire. I think that's actually the more appealing option. And play Scourge next turn. The reason being, Shadow can block Bone Crusher, but Scourge would just trade with it right now. Seal also sets up Revolt for Fatal Push next turn. Yep. Got it. Alright, 2 cards in hand. I know one is a Windswept Heath. There's a decent chance that the second one is a Windswept Heath as well. Like, they're letting me untap, which means they don't have an answer to Lurrus. I could seal them. I guess I just... Let's see what they've got. I don't think they have anything. I get punished, yeah. I get punished if they have a lightning bolt there. But if they had a lightning bolt, they wouldn't have let me untap with Lurrus. So let's go cast Scourge. Seal the Arbor Elf. Fatal Push one of the giants. And attack with Ghost Shadow. So if they don't block, it makes Scourge huge. If they do block, then I just got Shadow Scourge and a Lurrus. And the one-off Confidant, love the card. The Confidant has been amazing. Like, the Confidant has been lights out every time I've played it. So, highly recommend giving it a chance if you haven't before. Alright. As long as they don't top deck a Seasoned Pyromancer, I feel pretty okay here. So let's just go ahead and get another Scourge down. I'm planning on attacking with this Lurrus, so if I get the other Scourge down, it's like, even if they have an answer to the Lurrus here, I just get in a good attack. Six, 13, 14. I guess they were dead to Seal of Fire. But I guess I'm kind of under the impression that if they didn't have anything and they knew they were dead to a line on board, they probably would have just scooped. Right. Ponza. All those luxury turns, good for wiping up Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. Trophy's good for Blood Moon, Planeswalkers, Snaring Bridge off of Karn. Big Utopia Sprawled Land. Brooks is okay depending on how many Grave Hate pieces they're bringing in. Out of the main. X-Drinker's not the greatest. Lava Man's not the greatest. I do something like that. Sappy Redeemed Hydrate. Gotcha. Like, in this matchup, the goal is usually just to get down a threat. because with our Shadows and Scourges, they have a hard time dealing with either one. So if we're able to get one on the board, like under a Blood Moon or something, that's usually enough. DJF Savvy donated 0 points towards Shadow Watch 2021 because there isn't one. Well, I figured I was gonna do one because we hit the 1,000 follower goal, and that was like a pretty big deal to me. So I wanted to do a Shadow Watch event anyway. I don't know when we're gonna do it, but all right. I'm going what? Blood Crypt into Forest. I could get basic Swamp here, which is probably fine. Just so I'm not like dead on board to a what's it called? Blood Moon. Questing Beast is interesting. Just hard cast a Bone Crusher here. Yep. So Foothills, Questing Beast, Unknown. Let's take a QB. Flame Slash. That's not nice. Am I killing Bone Crusher here? Am I killing Arbor Elf? So if I Fatal Push the Arbor Elf, I fetch and shock to 14, kill this, a Bone Crusher, hit me to 10, Shadows at 3/3. I'll just pass. Just messing around. Yeah, I figured, but you never know. Some people get pretty emotional about things like Shadow Watch 2020. I could push Bone Crusher before combat since I can just play Tarmogoyf. But I guess after combat's probably like better. Be going down to 8, Shadows of 5/5. They find something. Okay. Topia Sprawl is fine. Let's get an Overgrown Tomb here. Fatal Push Bone Crusher. So I gotta push the elf now that Sprawl is down. Well, I mean, they already have 4 mana without the elf. So Fatal Pushing the elf now is like saying, alright, I'm really concerned that you're gonna go from 4 to 6 mana. And there's only like 2, maybe 3 cards they could have in that range. I'm just gonna get down Tarmogoyf here, because this allows me to double spell if I hit a land next turn. Right, so like the only things I'm worried about here would be like what's it called? Elder Gargaroth or Glorybringer, and now they've got enough mana to like get any of those down regardless. So the elf just doesn't matter. Alright, so we're going straight to combat here. Yep. I am going to Thought Seize before this Shadow, because if they attack next turn and I block with a Shadow, they get to Thought Seize after combat and they can kill my Shadow. If they attack with just one, I'd take it. I guess they don't, because if they attack with both, I can block one, but the other deals damage to me. So, gets it out of Flame Slash range anyway. Either way, I might as well just get the piece of interaction they have out of hand. I can see. Alright. I was gonna say I could see like chumping Shadow and not blocking the Goyf or something, but Lightning Bolt. Bolt me in the face. Alright. You draw a second bolt. Seasoned Pyromancer would be good. Flame Slash is fine. So again, we're putting them on one draw to find the answer. I could Thought Seize, but that would only grow the Shadow to 12. Dealing 17 wouldn't allow me to cast the Scourge, so no Thought Seize. You've got one draw step to either stay alive or kill me. Ooh. They hit the Lightning Bolt. No. Alright, game 3. Don't think I'm changing up much. Maybe Croaks is a little bit better here because they didn't show any Grave Hate. EE is probably better. EE over Confidant. What you get when you put your opponent on one outers, right? Hand's great. How badly do I want to just EE on one here? Like, I could go Stomping Ground, EE on one. Put it mold to 6. That can't be right. They got Utopia Sprawl. But highly rewarded for our tight plays. Me tapping myself. Being all excited. My sweet lines. Alright. Bolt, Flame Slash. Whole bunch of answers you got that can kill this. But I'm not doing anything else, so. Stomp kills it. Are we jamming down a Scourge here? No. Here's passing. Much as I want to. Don't believe it is correct. Maybe we can catch our opponent, like, playing a Blood Moon here. Or Magus of the Moon. Oh, come on, Magus of the Moon. No. Discarding what? Harbor Elf Utopia Sprawl. So I could go Bolt, push. All right. Aren't doing a whole lot else for me, so. Fetch land. All right, let's get down Scourge. If he doesn't bolt my Scourge right away, I can dismember something. And Scourge gets pretty beastly pretty quick. Come on, Questing Beast. Come on, Questing Beast. One time, one time. Oh. Discard double Blood Moon. Alright. Didn't realize we were in one of those games. I could plan crack EE. Get the tokens out of the way. Probably not the most efficient use of resources. We'll just attack with everything. They quad block the Scourge. I can dismember. They block like this. We'll just push a token. All right. Something is gonna happen. I don't know what it is, but it's happening. Got a Utopia Sprawl. What are you gonna do with all of this mana that you have accumulated over the years? Third season Pyromancer, Clothis. Sure. My care for a Clothis is fairly low at the moment. I guess we can fire off an Inquisition. That's why you're playing a Clothis here. Got it. All of our old questions have been answered. Yep. So with us at 15, we can dismember our Scourge. It can't bolt it. We untap. We play our engineered explosives for the ripe old cost of 0. And see if our opponent has got an answer to us swinging in with some chunky gentlemen. Opponent has made tokens. We would like our opponent's tokens to go away. And we proceed to the 3-0. Match number 4. What do we got? Chunky Gentlemen. That's the name of our rock band, or indie band, if you will. It wasn't before, it is now. Trademarked. Alright, match number 4. What do we got? Something cool. Something sweet. Something, dare he say, cool and sweet.
I had a tree outside my bedroom window, and the moonlight spread its shadow across my ceiling. And sometimes when I woke up...
Getting bets in already? Snap. We're not even on 5th match yet. So for anybody who's wanting to bet any channel points, we've got a prediction going on right now as to whether or not we will get back-to-back trophies today. Anyone think they're going to show off one of the Planeswalkers tomorrow in the previews? No idea. A good question. Ugh. Ugh. We're keeping it, but at what cost? Alright, start with Bobble. Thought not Seer. Well, let's get down a Hex Drinker. That's how you know Michael get this trophy. Alright.
But that doesn't mean...
Map things accomplished. Let's level up one time, crack in.
Waking up in the middle of the night from a nightmare that you thought was...
Get our Inquisition on.
Streams are weird.
Take a Dismember. Greedy Eldrazi Tron player.
And for a while I was really scared of them. Like, it doesn't happen every day, but once I knew what was
Am I attacking and adding Lurrus?
why it was happening,
No, because I can just
it made a lot more sense and I became okay with it.
thought knot it away next turn. I just need to start going all in on Hex Drinker. Or they can Expedition Map for Blast Zone. God, this deck is so annoying. We do in fact have lands to level up our Hex Drinker. They get Eldrazi Temple. They don't even get Blast Zone. Oh man, we have a chance. Chalice on one, you got it. Can't tell you how much I don't care about a Chalice on one right now. Don't have a Blast Zone rolled up, please. Yes! Got them with their own Chalice. We're doing things. We're doing things. You can have my Lightning Bolt. I don't even want it no mo. Here's a Scourge, and here's a Lurrus to our hand. Think with a pain in the back carrying this win all alone. Like, this is one of these good games where I get to look back at other players and be like, why are you not playing Hexdrinker? You know what would have been god awful right here? Swift Spear. You know what would have been god awful right here? Knight of the Ebon Legion. Soul Scar Mage. Any of those things. You know what just single-handedly won us the game? Hexdrinker. Carrying the tub so hard, give him a massage and a bath. Oh man, Hexdrinker, you just earned so much with that win there. You just don't even know. Okay. Boarding out Lavamancer, Seal of Fire, because they're bad, don't really do anything for us. Inquisition and Fatal Pushes. I like leaving in the Miser push, because occasionally you get to, like, take a Thought-Knot Seer out of the way. Alright, pretty easy ship here. Pretty easy keep. Pretty easy keep. What am I mulliganing? Or what am I bottoming? It's either Dismember or Trophy. I guess, well, let's just bottom the Battle Rage. I hate bottoming a Battle Rage in a hand with, like, Shadow, Dismember, a couple fetch lands. Because it's just such a good clock. Opponent is... Ooh. We got options. Guess we're just gonna Damping Sphere here. If they want to get a Blast Zone and like take it up to deal with Damping Sphere, that's kind of fine with me. I just have like this stuff going on. I do in fact opt for the Blast Zone. Sure. Hope you're not over there going for a 2-drop. So, am I just playing second Hexdrinker here, attacking for 2, and then trophying Blast Zone on their upkeep or on their draw step? I kind of like that. So attack him with Hexdrinker. A cracked map. Yep. Get that third Tron land. You know you want to. Second Blast Zone. Hold up. My good man, what are you doing? Second blast zone, get out of here. Dr. Ligma92, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Wednesday wherever you're at in the world. Hope your opponents aren't getting second blast zone on you. Who was it in the chat yesterday that was talking about Eldrazi Tron not running 2 blast zones? And I said, I have seen it. Who was that? Want to trade? So I know about the shadow now. Yeah, like I've seen 2 blast zones in Eldrazi Tron a few times now. But somebody in chat yesterday was like, oh yeah, they don't play 2 blast zones. Why would you ever think they'd play 2 blast zones? I don't know, because they got one here and they got one in their hand. Why would I not think they play 2 blast zones after that? Hey. It's getting a little goofy up in here. Who owns the stock? I'm telling you, whoever was lying to me yesterday. Alright, opponent, you got 6 mana. Anything worth drawing into? Catacombs, not really. Just gonna swing at them. Obviously not looking too great for us. Why do they keep playing these when they have the blast zone? It's just Karn. All is dust. Oh yeah, Tugan makes it cheaper. Alright. Also seen multiple scavenger grounds too. Ugh. Like, I'm pretty sure Eldrazi Tron's not supposed to draw this part of their deck. Yeah, I could add Lurrus to my hand, but I'm taking 3 here. They're making a dude. They kill Lurrus next turn. Honestly forgot I had Liliana's Triumph in my board after game 1. I'm just boarding out 8 Strinker. Don't think E-Tron plays Big Karn. I've seen them with Big Karn before. I've seen them with Ulamog before. You can't tell these Eldrazi players nothing. That's why, like, I think Damping Sphere has gotten to the acceptable point because they're trying to go so much bigger now. I would love to play first. The list on Goldfish right now is 2 Blast Zone, no Karn. This guy is playing like he didn't put much thought in. I mean, maybe he didn't. Who are we to judge? Trim on a Hex Drinker, draw all of the remaining Hex Drinkers. Just how Garfield intended. So I can fetch Shock on 1, play a Hex Drinker, and if I hit them for 2, then on turn 2 they can no longer dismember a Scourge of the Skyclaves, which is pretty fun. But I need them to not have like Tron land map, second Tron land. Need them to not have that. Thing they're doing right now with the cards and the spells and the stuff. Anything other than second Tron land. Okay. This is acceptable. What? Come again? Oh my god. What am I doing? Alright, how's the math working out here? We shock down to 12. If I level up the Hex Drinker 3 times, attack for 6, they're going down to 12. Hex Drinker is a 4/4. Scourge is an 8/8. That's lethal next turn. But I don't get to Thoughtseize. Otherwise, I can shock, Thoughtseize, attack for 4, put them to 14. Play Tarmogoyf, Goyf's at least a 3/4. Scourge is a 6/6. Hex Drinker's leveling up. See, they're at 14. Scourge is a 6. Hex Drinker's leveling up to a 4. Goyf's potentially a 4. That's not lethal next turn. So, leveling up Hex Drinker and attacking is presenting lethal next turn and not caring about Chalice. We don't kill them if they play out a guy, but we win through like everything else. So I'm gonna go with that. It's like if they play out a guy, then I get to Thoughtseize next turn anyway. If it's Chalice, I kill them, yeah. So it would have to be Eldrazi Temple, Thought Knot, or whatever land Mattery Shaper. And that means they're not cracking any of their maps and they probably die. Alright. Going for the back-to-back trophies. What do we got? What do we got? I can't handle this. The emotional roller coaster going on right now is just... Ooh. fucking points, bro. I mean, you know, like every time you've bet, it hasn't worked out, right? There's an option, and I'm gonna tell you about this like crazy idea. You could choose to just not bet. It doesn't mean you're in support of me. It means you conveniently went outside at the moment and decided not to participate. Like decent Lurrus hand. Prowess. Looks pretty prowessy, doesn't it? Alright, what are you drawing into? Bloodstained Mire. I drawing into Thoughtseize. Do I want a Thoughtseize? Not more than I want a threat. So I would rather get a threat here. Let's just get basic swamp, save a little bit of life. Their hand is bad. They've got a mutagenic growth and a manamorphose and a dream. Ooh. Kevin, that's what you get for getting too far ahead of yourself. All right, play Blood Crypt and pass. Opponent, what the fuck? I mean, not the greatest keep in the world. Not gonna argue that one with you. Do have to enable these scourges. Real, how much you getting paid to sandbag? I can't reveal numbers to which I have no answer. Might be Pete Rose. He's betting against himself over here in the leagues. This the Morphos? Morphos into Dragon. Real Pedro Gush is Pete Rose in Spanish. I don't know if that Spanish checks out. Alright, so they do find the Stormwing. Up top on the scries. Up top on the scries. Well, this isn't meant to kill, this is just meant to get low enough to where I can play second Scourge. I don't think I'm going all in on third Scourge. OP kept hand of Iteration, Growth, Morphos, 4 lands, total sandbag job here. And they might still win here because of this card. I don't know if you've seen this Magic card, but it's pretty stupid. Do you have double lightning bolt? Do not. Don't need it. I forgot to crack the second fetch. Oh, man. Why did I forget to crack the second fetch? All right. Hunting bead. He knew his second scry to the top, so I'm guessing he just didn't have lethal there. But I'll say something in chat when we go to game 2 that I just no idea why I forgot to crack that fetch there. Like, had it all played out in my mind and then got to that point and was just like, yeah, go ahead. I just said I have no idea why I spaced out on the fetch. No explanation. Oh. This hand's not the greatest. Do I need to mold to something more aggressive? It beats Stormwing pretty badly. I guess we're gonna keep it. Got decent upside. And when I say decent upside, I mean it doesn't lose to Stormwing. That's the only upside I care about. He's tight back. Said it really didn't make a difference, so I count that as a win on our side. All right, so we need to what? Take as little damage as possible over the next, like, 2 turns. That's not good for us. What am I hoping to draw here? Like a fatal push. Not that one. Like, if I don't die this turn, I'm definitely thought seizing into, like, Tarmogoyf next turn. The whole not die thing's a pretty big ask. But if they're willing to just fire off this iteration before a land drop, it kind of makes me think they don't have something like Spell Pierce in hand. Or we're going to get to mess up Scries on a Serum Visions. Top. Oh, baby. Get those scries out of here. Alright, we're dead. We tried. We gave it the old college effort. Iteration dart. Yeah, so like the upside of this hand was it beats a bunch of Stormwing entities. It does not beat a bunch of regularly costed dudes. So game 3. I love how our two 5-0 matches this stream go down to game 3 of match 5. Like Lava Man a little bit more on the play. Like this. Alright, Inquisition into Goyf with some baubles. This is kind of like back to game 1 where it doesn't really beat Stormwing entity, but has a decent job against everything else. Scourge on top, I will keep that. Alright, so I get to Swift Spear here. We're gonna Serum Visions here. Okay. That bolt's really good because it gives me an out to Stormwing now. I'm just going, I need to fetch up Stomping Ground, Overgrown Tomb. If I'm fetching up Stomping Ground, I want to do it off of Verdant Catacomb, so this can get basic Mountain in case I find Kroxa in my next couple of draws. How'd they scry? Top. Naturally. Swift Spear, sure. Double Swift Spear. Alright. Their hand is Dart, Iteration, second Serum Visions. Is that supposed to... Probably supposed to bolt there, right? Oh, would have just been more damage. If that's the case, I should just bolt now and not, like, compound the mistake. It's like, worst thing I can do is just make more mistakes because I made one. the worst mistake would be passing the turn, giving them the ability to, like, dart and save their guys. Alright, they played third land, so they can't Stormwing this turn. I'm not blocking because I don't want Scourge dying to this Lava Dart. Or am I blocking because Scourge would... they'd trade. Am I supposed to trade here? No. You have another 1-drop. Okay. So Lightning Bolt's lethal here. Like, Fatal Push is really good. Lightning Bolt is lethal. Act 2 back. Get wrecked, Kevin. Get wrecked. Alright, pretty good league there, as we saw. For anybody who's wondering, the secret to Death Shadow is to get COVID, because apparently you do that and you just become like unbeatable at the game. Who knew? What do we think about the Jund list? Obviously, I said before we started the league that I really liked the main board, and that kind of showed here. I think every card carried some weight. Dark Confidant won us the burn game, round 1. Hex Drinker showed a whole lot. We didn't see Lava Mancer in any of our matches, but everything else did more than its fair share. Out of the board, Damping Sphere was okay. We just didn't have a good set of threats behind it. Soul Guide Lantern we didn't bring in ever. It's like these, there's just more and more times where I'm not bringing these in. And it's kind of the same with, like, all of this. Liliana's Triumph is always for the Through the Breach matchups. If you're not expecting those, you could run something else without much of a drawback. Assassin's Trophy, phenomenal. Proxa, great. K-Return, great. Yeah, not a whole lot to see, because I think like most of the games there were kind of won by our main board, and our sideboard was just kind of like present. It looks like DJ F. Sappy and Vermont Life scored some points there. Glad somebody believes. Holy crap, I'm looking at the breakdown. 80% of y'all voted against me getting the trophy there. Y'all are terrible people. Soul Strong, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Wednesday. Appreciate you coming around. No Diamonds, where are your points at? Good question. Because of all, I put all my points on no. Yeah, you didn't have to. That's like multiple times you've lost all your points here. Without irony, do you think feeling feverish enabled you to play with a lot less second guessing, kind of like when you get drunk and lose your inhibitions, and act a lot more confidently? The run for the past 2 weeks have been actually insane. I probably would say a non-zero amount. Like, there's been a few times where I've just thought, I don't really want to think through this, I'm just going to attack. Or, I don't really want to do the math, let's just turn things sideways. So, yeah, a couple nice trophies there. Again, we've got our channel point redemption. I might have to change it. 10,000's a little bit high. Let's go over like 7,000. New channel point redemption option for our winners that you can pay to have us crack chests on stream, which I'm not really a huge fan of cracking. So Steven wants to crack a couple. Magus of the Disc. Ooh, rough. So the Magus related to, was it Nevin Rawls' disc? And the second one, Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger .magic card. Rada Heart of Keld. Not the greatest chest in the world. Save them from Modern Horizons 2 cards. Well, now we can save them for sure. I'm gonna like save them anyway, but now we've got a view redemption.